Good evening, all. You can take a seat. I'd like to welcome you to the 22-23 Audi Centre Sydney Gold Coast Pointscore series. We really are looking forward to a full season this year after two really shortened series in 2021. And congratulations to all those that actually did take part in the Gold Coast race. It was a good race, testing, but a good start to the season. We'll conduct a briefing tonight for the next 4 races in the series. So we'll start off with this weekend's race, being the Flinders Island race. That'll be followed by the Tollgate race, Bird Island race, and then we will finish the series with the chemistry race. This briefing will be recorded and will also be online. For those viewing on the webinar, please will you make sure you sign the declaration at the end of the briefing. It is also on the race instructions, I think, Tara, and we will be able to send them a copy of the briefing after the race as well. This evening we'll be joined by 2 presenters, Lee Goddard and David Kellett. Lee Goddard is the chairman of the race committee, and he'll be talking about some key points, particularly on the race and the safety instructions, and followed by Dave Kellett, who will brief the fleet on communications over the whole series. Can I introduce Lee Goddard? Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, Arthur.
Oh, one other thing, sorry. If you want to ask a question, please will you make sure that you get a microphone, because it is being recorded. Thank you.
Thanks, Commonwealth. Thanks, Arthur. I concur as well. A great race for the city to Gold Coast, and I just want to also commend up front the competitors and the crews, etc. as well, in terms of the way that you conduct it, as much as the actual competition on the water. So yeah, my name is Lee Goddard. I am the chair of the Blue Water Pointscore committee and race director reporting to the Commodore, and obviously working with and for all of you to make sure that we have a great race. Looking forward to the 4 upcoming races and of course leading up to the Sydney Gold Coast. Welcome to this being a compulsory briefing. Acknowledge the Commodore, of course the CYCA, AMSA, and all those supporting agencies, both locally and across the New South Wales coast. And of course the media, and most importantly, who support this race, but most importantly, the competitors, being the elite athletes that you are. Race is on, and forecast is for a decent wind from the south-southwest. Good conditions Saturday, probably lightning a bit in Sunday, and of course you'll make your own assessments, but we don't expect significant change between now and Saturday, Sunday. Just to remind you, the committee volunteers, and our role is to ensure a safe, a fair, and the fastest race possible. We've got a broad range of backgrounds. We are not risk averse. We are simply risk aware, and that's my obligation to you and to the CYCA. And of course, that's why some of the regulatory issues and certification issues, I'm sure there's always going to be frustrations and short notice requirements. We don't apologise for those, and of course, we'll always work with you. Our starting point in style, while we are always fair, we must be black and white in terms of expectations when it comes especially to safety requirements and the race discipline to make sure the race is managed correctly. That those who participate do so with very clear directions through the sailing instructions, the notice of race, and the rules. And I can't emphasise enough the discipline of the sked really is very important. Contingent pursuit plans, of course, are in place for 4 range of emergencies, and we do assume the worst conditions, even though it might be fair weather conditions. As we all know, things can go wrong very quickly. And we learn from precedents and we adapt to the changing regulations. Sailing instructions, of course, have been published. You must have correct the minimum requirements for safety numbers at all times. We must emphasise that. Any crew change must be advised, and they must be acknowledged by the sailing office. And please note the advice on potential hazards to navigation. Reporting to the staff, allow the fleet room as you approach the committee vessel, of course in VHF 72, and of course normal consideration on the move room. And the PRO, Primary Race Officer, will of course advise line clear, or may individually recall, but will advise by our VHF. If at any time you do decide to discontinue racing, offload crew, restart, you still need the minimum of crew and safety qualifications at all times. That's a black and white rule. There's no discretion on that throughout the race. Declarations must be made in the cases outlined in the summary instructions, and please ensure that you receive a receipt that it has been submitted. Rating instructions, as our Commodore Arthur alluded to, David Caleb oversee the radio structure for this race and all the blue water Pointscore, and of course leading up to the Sydney Hobart Yacht Race. Please ensure you maintain a continuous listening watch on VHF channel 16. SCEDs will be conducted at Marine Rescue Sydney at 0535 and 1835 daily, and your position should be accurately charted at 5:30 and 18:30 daily. If there's only a few boats at sea, 5:30 on Sunday morning, the SCED may be conducted by a telephone. I don't think it's going to happen in this case, and we'll make assessments on the time at the time. If you have a problem reporting in a SCED, make every effort by VHF or through another means, such as text, to make sure you speak to race control or myself or Tara as required. You must at all times keep a proper listening watch on VHF channel 16 and report wind strengths and wave heights when wind strength exceeds 40 knots. And of course, we are still in the process of trialling and conducting satellite communication tests. We will be approaching a number of boats to assist us throughout the race. We appreciate all your help. For those in the room now, and also those listening in, the yellow bricks are available to be picked up tonight and from the sailing office on Friday, not tomorrow, but the sailing office will be closed. And the installation instructions are available for those who have not installed them before. Remind you, the yellow brick is also a critical safety device, so please have a full understanding of that equipment. And as previously advised, even if you do require, we request that you still continue to participate in SCEDs and advise when you are safely informed. Mind you, at the start, a media boat could be placed in the racing action as you'd expect, and this will be in a non-interference basis, and there may be some movements between boats. Man overboard, a lot of you, of course, have practiced this, but I remind you again, good VHF communication, early broadcasts, life-saving devices, deal with your circumstances, and we will provide all the assistance that we can, including directing other vessels to you. Please check your personal flotation devices, your PFDs. Interburning, triggering VPERBs and PLVs. We had 3 in the Gold Coast race, 2 actually in the harbour together, and 1 offshore. We also, of course, had somebody go over a bow at the start of the Gold Coast race as well. They recovered fairly quickly. So these things do happen. Please ensure you maintain and take good care of all personal equipment, not just your PLVs, but your life jackets, the AIS mods, and any other equipment. And of course, goes without saying, you should be regularly servicing them. And a guide to PLV care has been included previously. And of course, it's been produced by AMSA in conjunction with the manufacturers. Please ensure that you read this carefully. Sea life, lots of whales, dolphins, sunfish out there, as you know. Maintain a good lookout by all means. Obviously, we've sent out the general notices regarding paperwork, spot. This race, obviously, future races, spot checks, sat phone texts, etc. Just some additional things for the last couple of days. Note Amendment 1, reference the IRC certificates. Remember to check your OICI to ensure all sail measurements are compliant with your certificate. Can I state it again that all sail measurements are compliant with your certificate? Thanks to the sailing office again, led by Tara, and of course our CEO Justine's here as well, and of course David, and all the race committee, and to thank all the volunteers. We had a barbecue a few weeks back, and there's numerous volunteers who do this because they care. And they like doing it, and they like supporting these races. Note the sailing office is closed tomorrow, Thursday the 22nd, the National Day of Mourning. And final comment, race is on. Make it safe, fair, and as fast as possible. That's our duty to you. And unlike the French referees, hopefully you won't hear from us in any way, shape, or form. We'll have nothing to do with the obviously the outcome. Any questions that Arthur mentioned, please send them now through via Zoom, and Tara will manage those. And if you're happy, Arthur, I'll hand over to David. Thank you.
Thank you, Luke. I don't have very much to add other than during the series, we have the Cabbage Tree Island race, and we will use the HF system for the radio skids for that race to enable you to qualify for the Rolex Sydney Hobart race, sign off on the radios. As Lee mentioned, we are going to do some testing for the text system and sat phone system throughout this series with a view of how we can improve our communications going forward. So please, if the sailing office ask you, please do your best to help them out, and we can see how this testing goes.